love you.
Good morning, guys. This is my last week here. This is Wednesday, and we're just about to go to class. I just had some breakfast, and yeah, I'm gonna catch the bus now. We have a presentation today. We have a German exam today. Actually, change of plans. I decided to walk. Fulda is actually a pretty walkable city. This is a bit of it.
I found out after I came back, but jaywalking is frowned upon in Germany, but I hit the signal is coming button and I waited for it to turn green.
Our classes aren't exactly at the university, but they have like these office buildings in which there are certain rooms, and that's where we take our classes. So yeah.
So up first was our migration and sustainability class presentation, which was like simulation based, and my partner and I basically had to create a hospital for the Tamil people in western Sri Lanka, and they migrate from like southern India, and they face some like disparities in Sri Lanka and stuff. And I don't know if I'm like shy. I mean, I stuttered a bit, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. And then like we had people from like the UN and people from Sri Lanka and people from the Indian government, I think, to kind of like counteract what we were saying. And our proposal was so that, you know, we could build another hospital so that the people who aren't being served and are in like almost like not food desert but like healthcare deserts would get the services that they need. So yeah,
In just different areas, jobs, and one area in which we realized that there was a lot of discrimination was in the healthcare sector, in which in northern Sri Lanka there's not too many hospitals, and so we proposed building a geriatric hospital, and we will go into more details following slides. So I can finish the money on my card.
Many hours later. Next day.
the whole gang gathered because we were going on our last field trip, I believe, which was to Kreuzberg, aka Cross Mountain in English, and it's a part of the Rhone Mountains, and we went for a hike.
Yes, there's an outlet, yay!
And yes, my lunch was croissants.
Guys, we're going to the top of the mountain, and I decided to hike with them spontaneously at the end. My feet were burning. We just took a break. You can even tell that I didn't decide because look at what I'm wearing. But here we go. I mean, who even told me to do this? I don't like what I eat. Like, why? You yourself ask yourself, when was the last time you exercised? So funny. In my craziest moment, all I can think of is how much Rita would laugh at me if she was here right now.
Prior to college, I was a fit girly, but it's really fun when it's in sports, so I just took in the views.
Yeah, a great time. People are really drinking this because it's drinkable. Wow, amazing.
After some decided to try the fresh spring water or whatever, we continued this hike. Nah, the incline for most of this was crazy, but, you know, for the vibes.
Hey, hi guys. Don't know who told me to do this, but Yutika, how you hanging in there? The way you're just walking one foot in front of the other.
We finally got somewhere, but then we were confused on which direction to go to. So honestly, we walked for a bit, then we had to walk back. And then, yeah, but this was so cute. Like, take me through the meadows, take me through the forest. Honestly, in this 2.5 hour hike or however long it was, I did not go through all that to not take pictures. So, you know I did, especially when we got to this greenery space, kind of. And just when you think it can't be over, it's not. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was. We got to the top of the mountain, and I guess this is why it's called Cross Mountain. There's a monastery here and stuff, and the views were viewing. After this, we just had to go down the stairs, stop by to look at some of the other things, and then we met up with the rest of the gang that didn't go hiking.
So now we're leaving the monastery / hiking place. It was a good day, I would say, but tomorrow's the closing ceremony and then we're done, which I can't believe. The time has flown by, but thank God. It's been a great one, honestly, and it's bittersweet leaving, but you know, what is that quote that's like, you know, like you wouldn't be sad if it wasn't something good, basically, something like that. But you get the point. Now we're just heading home.
And as we headed home, we tried some African food that night. That will be in the next clip. And I say African because it targets multiple different African countries. Like they had fufu with peanut butter, which is Ghanaian, but I had some Somalian rice, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much. Oh, I'm a safe word, girl.
After taking a moment to say our goodbyes, we finished breakfast and it was time to head out for the day. Technically, the day hadn't started yet because we had the closing ceremony later, but they wanted to know how the program was for some of us, so.
Guten Morgen, guys. So I'm on my way to the office to do my interview today, and yeah.
Much as you want, and whenever you feel ready, just let us know so we can start with the intro.
After I was done, I decided to get some souvenirs. So I just finished getting this stuff. Sometimes you gotta close your eyes and just buy stuff because that's how I really felt. But I'm now walking back to the hotel. I'm gonna start packing now.
Many hours later.
The closing ceremony was nice, but something had happened like a day or two before this, so I was a little bit anxious. And I just felt like at a place that I didn't like belong, you know, kind of thing was in my head. But you know, we move, innit? The nerves were real because my hands were shaking, but you know, we move. We had some food after. They had like vegan options and stuff, and it was actually really, really good. I especially remember that mozzarella and tomato stick with the herb thingy. It was really good. Not gonna lie, we can't blame the cocky Americans too much because listen to the music even.
The sun is out and it's a beautiful day. And we're done.
After this, I hipped them to the store that I got the souvenir.
Came back, guys.
Then we went to another store, which I got some canned spezzy. And then we stopped at the photo sign to take pictures before we left tomorrow.
I am all sorts of tired, and I am more than happy to be going to my room. I'll see y'all in the morning, God willing. Bye. Good morning, guys. Almost done packing, but guess what? Decided to not work this morning. The hot water. So, bye-bye to the room.
During our time there, one thing about Germany, one thing for sure, there will be a strike. The farmers had a strike, the train workers had a strike, so our program provided like a bus to take us to the airport, and then I checked in and stuff. And just like that, we had to say Auf Wiedersehen to Deutschland. It was 8 out of 10 overall. I got in trouble for saying that some people weren't like inclusive because they weren't discriminatory, but they weren't inclusive. Do you know what I mean? And I wish I went with a friend, and I don't know if I should feel that way when I'm, you know, in an environment like that with people all around the world that, you know, you're supposed to meet people and become friends and stuff. I just didn't have, you know, the greatest testimony of that. So, but all in all, people were nice, and I watched Crazy Rich Asians and this Africa colonialistic thingy because I realized there's a lot I don't know. And Africa is really such a diverse continent with like so many untold stories. But we got to New York, so I was using the same route back, stopped in JFK, and then, you know, had to troop through the whole airport. Go through security again, find my gate, and then fly to Boston. And all in all, I just thank God for making this trip possible, getting a scholarship. Like, it really is a testimony, and I'm glad that I was able to make the best out of it. All of it, even the not so good. It was great meeting people from different backgrounds. I went home, took a shower. I slept early, and then the jet lag got me bad. I was up at like 4 a.m., but I went back to church, and I was welcomed. And it was good to be in a space where, you know, you're included and loved, and just, it's like, oh, I matter, you know? Everybody needs that to some degree, but stay blessed. No shade to anybody, for real. We all learn and grow. as we move along this life. And stay blessed, guys. Thank you for watching, and watch out for the next series.